the Illinois Fighting Illini came away with a victory over Chattanooga in literally the final seconds. Illinois did not lead in this game until the last, I kid you not, 25 seconds of this game. They come away with a win in their first NCAA tournament game in March Madness, 54-53 over Chattanooga. Illinois literally tried to not win this game. Chattanooga played very, very tough, but Illinois came away with the win. Survive and advance is the name of the game. Illinois somehow, some way found a way to get it done. We're going to talk about the game here for the Illini post-game show. Illini versus Chattanooga, first round NCAA tournament here. We are a little bit of time away from the game ending. Had to think about it. You have to absorb it, really replay the game in your head. But we're going to talk about all that today on the Coach Steve Show. So make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. And if you're listening to it in audio form, it can be found anywhere you listen to your podcast. So please follow it, rate it, leave it a 5-star review on Apple. I believe the podcast is now on Audible, which is exciting. So it's out there in the Amazon world, which is fantastic. This podcast is brought to you by the Belly Up Media Network. It used to be called Belly Up Sports. So I think the website is still bellyupsports.com. But it is now the Belly Up Media Network. So go check out all the blogs, podcasts, everything there. So go check that out. This podcast is also brought to you by Coach Stone Football and his Back to the Basics books and drills. If you go to coachstonefootball.com and click on his Back to the Basics drill manuals, you football coaches, you will never have to look up another drill again. I promise you, go check out all the stuff there. His very first book is over 500 pages. So again, coachstonefootball.com. Check out all the books and everything there. And your drill manuals, we got to get simple, got to get back to the basics. Thank you, Coach Stone, for sponsoring the podcast. So, ILL, Illinois came away with the victory. This podcast, like normal, will be all over the place because this game was very frustrating. You know, talk about it as a whole, talk about it as individual. This game was not good for the Illinois. Now, before anything, what I'm about to say does not take away from what Chattanooga did. Chattanooga played very well. Very well. They made some mistakes later on. There's a reason why they were in the tournament. There's a reason why they were number 13 seed, I believe. And now there's a reason why Illinois is number 4. Chattanooga played very well. Chattanooga got into foul trouble in the first half. They weathered that storm. They were hitting shots. They were forcing Illinois to get in some turnovers. They got rebounds. You know, they played extremely well. So this is not to take away from anything. Brad Underwood said at the end of the game, he said, they kicked our butts. We did not play well on offense. I mean, the name of the game is survive and advance. So we just have to take that, you know, as literally it's survive and advance. Doesn't matter how you win, it's that you win. But Illinois, of course, has things to fix. But Chattanooga played very well, which, of course, everybody, like, looking yesterday in the NCAA tournament, there's tons of upsets, tons of things that have hurt people's brackets. And up until the Illinois game, the higher seeds were literally playing much better. Illinois just could not hit water if it fell out of a boat. It could not hit a dartboard if it stood 1 inch from it. They could not smack a person in the face if their hand was literally right by their face. Like, they just could not hit a shot. They couldn't buy a bucket. And then Illinois could not take advantage of the foul trouble that Chattanooga got in the first half. I believe at one point they had 3 or 4 players with 3 fouls. So they did not get there. Illinois did not shoot well from the free throw line. Illinois did everything possible to lose this game. Did everything possible. So again, this is no knock on Chattanooga. Probably should have won this game, but as an Illinois fan, we're going to take it because, like I said, survive and advance. Doesn't matter how you win. It's that you... What matters is they won the game. But the thing is, we didn't deserve to win it maybe, but we're going to take it. Illinois just looked the complete opposite. Even from their Big Ten game against Indiana, I thought they played better then. But we couldn't hit shots. Trent Frazier did not play well. Defense was okay, but again, he didn't overall play well. Granderson was back. He didn't really play all that well. Kofi played better. You know, he showed up to play again. Plummer played well in the last 5 minutes. Curbelo showed up. He made a couple bonehead mistakes in the second half, but overall he showed up to play. And, you know, Illinois doesn't have a very deep rotation right now because of guys stepping up or lack thereof stepping up. But again, Illinois gutted it out. But it's the same song and dance of no energy. We come out flat. Illinois does one of two things. They come out extremely motivated. They put foot on throat, and then they let the other team back into the game. Or they come out extremely flat like they did, and they just kind of hang around. And then eventually they either get blown out or they eventually win the game. Now, Illinois did not, again, telling you right now, did not play that well. Kofi Coburn led all scores with 17 points. He had 3 block shots, which is fantastic, and 12 rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. The next leading scorer for Illinois was Plummer, who, again, he hit some shots later on in the game because he ended up going 5 for 11. 3 of 8 from 3. We did not shoot 3 well at all as a team. We'll get to that. He ended with 15. And then after that, the next score was Hawkins, who Coleman Hawkins has started to play a lot better. He ended up with 10, got you 8 rebounds. He was 5 for 8 shooting. And so he played a lot better. Again, Trent Frazier didn't play that well. He had 2 points. Williams has not been the same scorer as he was last year. He only had 2 points. Corbella only had 5, but he had 4 assists, 3 defensive rebounds, stole the ball. So he had to play defense. He had to bring the ball up. Illinois, when I say tried to give the game away, they tried to give the game away. Let's talk about shooting. Overall field goal. They shot 39.6%. Then from 3, they were 3 of 17. That is a whopping 17.6%. So I don't think they hit a 3 until that last 5 minutes or so of the game. So Illinois lives and dies by the 3, and tonight they were just, at the very beginning, I knew it was going to be bad. They came out and just started chucking up shots and throwing bricks up. They were a little bricking it. They were Russell Westbrooking it, okay? Yes, I did. Apparently that hurts their feelings, and we don't care. But they just threw up junk. And I tweeted it out there. Quit throwing it up. Be in rhythm. Don't force the shot. Motion. Get the ball to Kofi. Now, Kofi I'm not saying Kofi played. He showed up to play. He was 6 of 12 from shooting, 17 points. But he got double teamed a lot. Triple teamed a lot. Now, it is tough to throw a pass when you're double teamed. Illinois did a little better job of cutting when he got trapped, but he also turned the ball over too. When he was getting trapped, he was throwing the ball over, which sometimes you can't blame because he's a big man, but at the same time, can't turn the ball over. Can't afford that. So I'm not saying he played a perfect game either. Now, free throws is what really hurt. We were 13 of 22, 59.1%. We couldn't hit a free throw. Hawkins was 0-1. Kofi was 5 for 10. Trent Frazier did good 2 for 2. Omar Payne shot a couple. He got in there a little bit. He only shot 1 of 3. So, 59.1% free throw percentage is not going to get it done as you try to get deeper into the tournament. Shooting 17.6% from 3 is not going to get it done. And shooting 39.6%. Like, Illinois could not have played worse. And so, again, no offense to Chattanooga. But as an Illinois player and as an Illinois fan, this is the positive you've got to take from this is, as bad as we played and as disgusting as we played, and how every Illinois fan out there is probably drinking their sorrows away or in a fetal position a little bit, maybe not quite the fetal position, but we're sitting here, about to throw up into the toilet or the sink. To weather that storm, to be down big, and to come back and fight gives you a little bit of hope. At halftime, we were down 33-29. Okay, we were down for a while. We never led until the last 25 seconds. But guys, if you remember, there was a point in time when it was 14-3. Like, Illinois had 4 points up until 12 minutes and 48 seconds. So the first almost 8 minutes of the game, we had 6 points. 4 points. They had 15. Then it was 16-6 for the longest time. Then it was 18-6. Then it was 20-6. Then it got to 20-7 with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. it was 20-7. And it was 20-7 for a long time. Until 8 minutes and 15 seconds, Kofi made a 3-point or a free throw. So it was 20-8. So we are down 13 points. We are not scoring well. To weather that storm, to make it 33-29. And then we came out. It was okay, rebounding wise, but we still couldn't score. It was 33-29 for the longest time. Then it was 35-29. Then it was 40-29. So think about this. We ended the first half with 29 points. Okay. We didn't score again until 16 minutes and 46 seconds. Coleman Hawkins made a layup assisted by Kofi Coburn. Coleman Hawkins had the layup. Now it's 40-31. So we're down 40-29, and now it's 40-31. We didn't score till then. So we went almost 4 minutes into the second half without scoring. So we literally did everything we could to lose this game. Literally everything. Then we started to play defense. Then we kind of started to wake up. Then, it's 48-46. And then we get to that 6-minute mark and we start making some shots. And then it's 51-46. It still feels iffy. And then we eventually start to grind it out and we win the game. So the positive you can take from that is Illinois just kept battling and kept going. And we didn't quite panic and we just continued to grind it out. Again, we held Chattanooga. They didn't make a shot. I think we only made 2 shots during that first half for the longest time. Again, field goals, we were 19 of 49, 38.8%, 3 of 7 from 3, 7.6%, 3 points, 59.1% free throw. We out-rebounded 43-41. They had 16 offensive rebounds. We only had 9, but then we had 32 defensive rebounds to their 27. So we allowed them to get 16 offensive rebounds. A lot of it was in the first and second. It was pretty much even. That first half, they got a lot of offensive rebounds, a ton, and they were able to get putbacks. We got backdoored a few times. We allowed them to drive into the lane and get little floaters. And then we turned the ball over at half court a few times, and they get layups. So we were just doing a lot of things to lose this game, doing a lot of things to make life easier on Chattanooga. We turned the ball over 14 times, only turned it over 10. They had 8 steals, so that tells you. Chattanooga did get into some foul trouble. They had 21 total fouls. Their largest lead was 14. So, on paper, you're looking at it that Chattanooga probably should have won. But our defense, even though we did not score, we did make it more difficult on Chattanooga to score. They scored 33 in the first, and then we only allowed them to score 20. So as bad as it felt because of the offensive perspective, Illinois' defense did play a lot better. So, but when we dig ourselves into a hole, Brad Underwood is probably like losing 10 pounds tonight because it's like the amount of stress he's probably gotten under from this game during that game. I know I did. I'm like all mad. And then finally, like when we won, it was almost like, what? We won? Like it was crazy. I was so mad watching the game. My blood pressure was going up. Illinois looked terrible. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They looked terrible. Now, Coleman Hawkins played well. Again, Kofi did some good things, but he didn't play his best game either, but at least he showed up to play unlike some others. Plummer, made some clutch shots down the stretch to bring them back, which was great. You need him to do that. It's better for him to get shots late in the game like that than all in the first half. But again, Illinois is very good at, stringing us along, giving us a lot of feelings up and down as a roller coaster. The reffing was okay. I put out there was about 2 plays in a row where reffing was questionable. I wasn't blaming the refs for the loss, but again, ref questionable again. These refs have to have a meeting and discuss how they're going to ref Kofi, because Kofi gets elbowed in the head and nothing. Just regular foul, but he's getting smacked. He's getting pushed. It's this and that. There was one where they tried doing an alley-oop to Omar to Payne, and as he's in the air, the guy pushes him out. And normally, some people he's boxed him out, but most of the time that's a foul. They didn't call it. That's what I was complaining about. But again, guys, I mean, I wish I could tell anybody out there you listen to something different. It's the same song, different day. Illinois does this all the time. We allow them to rebound for a while to keep them in the game, and then we finally kind of click and turn it on, and we start rebounding, and we claw our way back. So a positive things to take away from the game is Illinois will not shoot that bad consistently. They've had a couple of games like that, but to shoot that bad from three, which Illinois is a decent three-point shooting team, that doesn't happen. Now, free throws has been a problem all year. So we know that Illinois took some decent shots. Some were bad, but normally those type of shots will go in. So a positive is there's no way they can shoot that bad next time. That's a positive. Positive is Kofi still showed up and played. Granderson tried to get his legs back under him. And a positive that you like to see is even though Curbelo didn't score a lot of points, and he had a couple bonehead mistakes, but again, I said this. He is still playing in like a now. Before it used to be like, oh, he's making December mistakes. Now he's kind of making January type, February maybe mistakes. And what I mean by that is he didn't play for the longest time, so he's getting everything back. So whatever type of mistakes he's making, he would have made before. Does that make sense? See, right about now, you want to be playing your best basketball. Well, he hasn't had the opportunity to get to that point. But what you like to see is he played a lot of minutes tonight. He played a ton of minutes. And so you really do like to see that. He's on the court, which means he was doing something right. Curbelo played 30 minutes off the bench. That is a ton. I mean, he played more than Williams, who's a starter, Plummer, who started. Trent Frazier played 32 minutes, so he almost played as much as Trent Frazier. So it's really good to get that flow of him out there back because to stay at Illinois, it's going to be huge to have him back. And and then at the end there for Coleman Hawkins, really glad because he's been playing a lot better to seal the deal with the block, and then they get the rebound and then they throw up another shot. It doesn't go in. Defense was the reason why we won the game in the second half. Really stepped that part of the game up. And I know even for me watching the game, didn't seem like anything you could pick anything good from the game at all. But defense, and I mean the numbers show, we're giving up 20 points. We just weren't scoring. We're used to seeing if we're doing good defense, we're hitting a couple shots, and we just weren't doing it. But Illinois survives and advances. So looking forward, they are going to play the winner of Houston and UAB. As I'm recording this, it is 42-30. Houston is winning in the first half. Could be different, maybe, but as I'm looking at it, so they'll play that winner. It will be a tough matchup no matter who they get, Houston or UAB. But looking forward, you'd like to see Illinois push the ball a little bit more and get a lot more in transition. You would like to see them hit some of these shots that they were taking. You like to see him hit maybe 6 more free throws. And you would just like to see that type of defensive effort that we got in the second half where we were keeping them out of the lane. We were really bumping them off their cuts. We started to rebound better in the second half, especially against if we see Houston, who is long and athletic. There's a reason why they're the 5 seed. So Illinois does not have an easy go with this. Even if UAB ends up winning, they're the same. I mean, they're playing pretty well. So we're gonna have a tough matchup no matter what. But again, you like to see Illinois hit some of those shots. You like to see Trent Frazier play better. You like to see Granderson kind of get back into the swing of things. Curbelo just keep doing his thing. Yeah, maybe we want him to score a couple more, but if he's doing other things to help the team out, that's what you want to see. But Illinois wins, survives, and advances. That's all you want to see. Glad for the team, glad for Brad Underwood. Glad he's the coach at Illinois. There's rumors about him in K-State. I really am going to sit here and say he's not going to leave Illinois. I think he likes that he's building something, and he doesn't. I know he's coach at Kansas State, but I don't think he'll go back there and try to do that. I think he's building this, and he sees it could be turning a corner. And why go back and do it again when you're doing it here? I think he likes where he's at, so hopefully he just stays. I'm not going to buy into the rumors, but again, Illinois surviving advance. That's all you can ask for. Ugly win, but we have no time to really dwell on it. Again, they're going to play the winner of Houston UAB. So be excited for that, and hopefully the team. they looked a little off, but again, I think it was just because they weren't hitting shots. But glad to see Illinois win an NCAA game and move on to avenge from last year. But like he said, Brad Underwood said they got their butt kicked on offense. They played better on defense. Certain players didn't play well tonight, and some had to step up. And when I talk about the rotation off the bench, he put Boseman's in for a minute. Omar Payne got 4 minutes with 3 points. He put Granderson in and played some 9 minutes. Corbell played a ton. So, I mean, it's crunch time. So he's only going to get you a spell here and there. I hope that was one worry I had. I hope it doesn't come back to bite us too bad. Kofi had to play 35 minutes. He cannot get in foul trouble. So that's the only thing I'm going to pay attention to is rotations and minutes. But Illinois wins, which is great. So they move on. I hope everybody else's bracket's doing okay. I know a lot of ours are busted. But I was doing okay. Kentucky will ruin it at some point because I had to move it on a little bit. So that's going to ruin it a little bit here and there. Iowa, I think that I'm going to go into the next game. So Iowa lost. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so looking forward to Illinois. They just got to fix a couple of those things, which Brad Underwood will. They will hit those shots. They just got to start rebounding and come out with more energy right from the get-go. But yeah, that wraps up this Illinois Chattanooga first round of the NCAA tournament post-game show. Again, like and subscribe. Twitter's at Coach_Steve72. Facebook page is Coach Steve Show. Go check out all the affiliates in the description below. Go leave a 5-star review on Apple. Please and thank you again. Like and subscribe. And we'll, check out the weekly episodes. Like I said, I had to upgrade the technology a little bit with the laptop and everything. So we're going to try to pump these podcasts back out with my busy schedule. So appreciate anybody that watches or listens. Again, go do all that stuff for me. And this has been an episode of the Coach Steve Show podcast, and we are out of here just like Iowa.